Hey guys, this is Techco Freak here, and welcome to episode 9 of my Let's CS custom story creation tutorial for Amnesia. And today we're going to be working on some more things that we left off from last time. It's going to be regarding enemies. Today we're going to learn about setting an enemy to be a hallucination, and we're also going to I'm also going to show you how to reveal the position of the player to the enemy. So some of these commands you can find in here. All the enemy commands are in here, and they help you. They'll help you out and everything. The ones we're going to be using today is set enemy is hallucination. But it's going to be part of an example, and also show enemy player position. So I've already created the episode 9.hps file for this to help you guys out, and this is where I'm going to be copying the code from, and you guys can download this in the description below as usual. Okay, so let's get started. This is going to be a pretty short episode. There's only 2 things to show you. I'm not going to be showing you guys patrol nodes this time. Patrol nodes will be the next episode, because there's a lot of things regarding patrol nodes, and just want to make sure I don't have to rush things. So in this episode I'm going to do a little bit of map editing. It's going to be just the beginning of the video, and then the rest will be actually coding this stuff and showing you guys how to do the hallucination stuff. So let's get started. Let's open up our level editor. I have it here, and I have it already opened up with our map. We have this room over here. It's actually really plain. I've been wanting to do something with it, so I'm gonna do that. Set it up. I was thinking it could be like some sort of storage room, like a storage room to this room right here. So that's probably what I'm gonna do with it. So let's go ahead and do something to this room. So it's gonna be a storage room. I probably want like some shelves, some cabinets maybe, and some barrels and some boxes. So that's probably what I'm going to show you guys. So all of those are entities. So barrels can be found in the containers, but right now we're not going to be using the barrels. We're going to go down to storage, and here you can find like different kinds of shelves. I'm going to use these wooden ones right here. I'm going to go ahead and rotate these with Q and W, and I'll put them probably right there would be fine. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, put another, and I'm just gonna line them up kind of in a row. Let's do this one next. Alright, that's looking good. I'm gonna rotate it so that these metal parts are not facing this side. I want them to face the other way around. Just gonna go ahead and rotate those. Okay, it's not grabbing it, come on. There it goes. And we're going to rotate these as well. One more time. There it goes. So let's go back to the entities. I'm going to go ahead and rotate this with Q and W, and make sure that the metal part of the shelf is that way. I'm going to put some more. There you go. I'm thinking of maybe moving these over a bit more. Yeah, that looks good. I want to use that corner over there. In this corner over here, I probably want to put like some barrels or something. So, yeah, so let's do that. Well, that was in containers. Container and barrel. So we're just going to put some around and make sure that they don't touch each other, because if they touch each other when they spawn into the map, when you load the map, they'll probably just fly all over the place, and you guys probably don't want that. So make sure that they're not touching like this. You see, this probably when it loads into the map, they'll knock each other away and they'll fall over. So make sure they're not touching. So I think 3 is fine. Yeah, 3 looks fine. Maybe another one right here. Okay, that looks good. I maybe want to put some boxes over here. Boxes would be good. Yeah, not broken. Breakable. How about that one? Not breakable. Let's put some around here. Probably want to turn them so they don't look like they were all just placed like that. We'll probably want to give them a bit of realism and turn them around a bit so they look like they weren't. They don't look all the same. Probably want to do something like that. You can also put items on top of each other by using create on surface, so you can like put it on top of this one here. This might collide, so you might want to still like lift it up a bit up like that, and then when it spawns, it will just fall on top of the other box, no problem. We can also probably fill up these shelves with some stuff. Probably won't worry about that too much. I'll show you guys where you can find those. You just go here, maybe find some food, ration. You can go to ration. You can find like rotten bread. Put some of them in there. Put some like that. And a rotten apple pile will be good. Let's like rotate these a bit too. Trying to find what else. This bag could probably just scale somewhere. Maybe like right under here. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad actually. Rotate them again. Alright, I don't think those will collide, but we'll see when we load up the map. See those collide. But yeah, you guys can fill up the shells with that. I'll probably do that off the recording, but just showing you guys that you can do something like that. You can also use a bunch of other things. There's you can probably use like ornaments too. Give it a second. Sometimes loading the thing lags a bit. Yeah, you can probably use ornaments and find like statues and stuff like that, like little statues. You can put books, just a bunch of little things. But yeah, well, that's going to be it for this these shelves and these things. Maybe I'll put a table here as the last thing, or maybe a cabinet will be nice too. So let's do that. Let's go to it's going to be furniture, and then yeah, I'm gonna use this metal cabinet. Probably put it over here to give the player someplace to hide when the monster comes charging at him. And let's see what else we got here. Probably want a desk. Let's go down and find a desk. Probably a worn desk would be nice. Yeah, this one right here be pretty good. You also probably want to remove create on surface. How about there? Yeah, doesn't look too bad. Cool. I'll save it real quick. Now that we did that, we probably want to move our little script area so that the monsters spawn right behind them. We probably want to move this over a bit. So let's do this, and let's bring it over here. Yeah. So when they approach the table for something, the monster will spawn, and what we want the monster to do is charge right at you. Okay, so that's good. Let's go ahead and save that up. So that's all I wanted to do for that kind of stuff. Maybe I'll put like a little candle here as the last thing, and that'd be the last thing. Excuse me. Lamp. And let's just find like a candlestick or something like that. Let's create it on the surface. Let's put it right there. Just give one source of light, but I want to leave the room mostly dark. And that's it. Let's move this. So let's just see how the room looks with all the lights out. Right there. Alright, doesn't look too bad. There's one source of light. That's good. Let's turn this back on. Alright, so I think that's all we need to do for the map. On the map. So let's talk about setting an enemy as this hallucination. There's two ways you can do it. One can be done in the editor itself, which is the recommended way of doing it. But you can also do it in your script. You can have a command that does that makes this monster become a hallucination. So I'm just going to show you the hallucination commands in the map editor first. You can click on the entity or the monster, and then go to entity, and then you can see hallucination. And if you want it to be hallucination, you check the box. If you don't, then you obviously don't check it. We want him to be hallucination. and then this is the hallucination and distance. So this is the distance from the player that will cause him to disappear. So you can mess around with this. 3 is their recommended, which is why it's always 3 by default. And I think 3 is a good number. But if you want the grunt to get closer, then make the number smaller. Or if you want him to disappear at a farther distance, then change that number and make it larger. So make it a distance of 5, or you can make it a distance of 1, so it only disappears right in his face. Recall. Yeah, so you also have to recall that if you put it to 1, and the grunt charges for an attack, you can still get hurt by the hallucination. It's weird like that. So you can still get hurt if the distance the distance from that he disappears in is too small. So you probably don't want it to be too small, and I think 3 is fine. If anything, you should go to 2, but I say 1's a bit too little. So say somewhere between 2 and I guess 5, but you can mess around with that whenever you want. So I'm going to uncheck this box right now, because I'm going to show you a different way to set the enemy as a hallucination, which is actually pretty simple. For one, let's go over to our script now, and we can go to our episode 9 HPS file, and we can find the line somewhere here, right here. Set enemy is hallucination. You can go ahead and copy that and bring it over to room 01, and so we can go ahead and just put that right under our set entity active in our monster spawn script. And basically, after the entity is spawned, we will set the enemy to be a hallucination. So we have to fill in the first parameter, which is the name of the enemy. So this is going to be grunt 1, and this part right here, the true part, that's saying that the enemy is indeed going to be a hallucination. You can set this to false, so if your enemy is already a hallucination, you can if this is false, then you can make them not a hallucination. So this will have the same effect as setting as this checkbox here, except that you cannot change the radius in the script. The radius by default will stay as 3 unless you change it in here in the level editor. So that's one of the main differences between the script and the level editor version of setting the hallucination. So what you probably want to do is use this one here. This set enemy is hallucination is typically used after the monster has already spawned, and let's say the monster is walking around and doing something or chasing the player. You can toggle this, and you can set the enemy to be hallucination. So for example, an example I can think off the top of my head is you have a timer, for example, and after the timer runs out, then the enemy will be set to a hallucination. So for example, the player has to run around and for about 20 seconds, for example, and after the 20 seconds, the monster will become a hallucination and will disappear upon encountering the player. So this is usually meant to be used after the enemy has spawned already as a hallucination or not as a hallucination. So this would work. We could start it up and it would work, and by default the hallucination end distance would be 3, because that's what it's always set to. Unless you change this here, then it will change this. Then it will change. It will still apply to this side over here in the script. But for our purposes, we're going to set it from the beginning here. Right now, we don't need to do that. Maybe when we do review timers, I'll come back to this idea on setting an enemy as a hallucination. It'd be a cool thing to do with the timer. But for now, we do not need this. Just showing you guys that you can do it this way. But for our purposes, we are going to do it over here. Over here. Oh, I forgot to mention, if you guys didn't notice, I did remove the script area I had over here and the code in here regarding to unlocking the door with the script area, because that was just for an example. So I removed that too. The key is still in here, and that's the way that we're going to open that door. So that will remain that way. Alright, so now we're going to talk about the enemy knowing the player's position and pretty much charging at him. When you reveal the position of the player to the enemy will charge in the direction of the player. Without patrol nodes, this could be a bit problematic, because he could just, if you are, for example, behind this wall right here, he will just charge straight at this wall right here. So you know, we do need the use of patrol nodes to help us out with that. But for now, I'm just going to show you guys how you would want to do it, and then we'll probably use it with the patrol nodes in the next episode. So let's go ahead and do the revealing the position to the player. I mean to the enemy. So in the episode 9.hps file, we can go ahead and scroll up, and we'll find right here, show enemy player position. So we're gonna go ahead and copy this line. Pretty simple, not many parameters for it. So let's paste it right under here, and we're gonna go ahead and replace the enemy name with the name of our enemy, which is Grunt1. And now when the enemy is set active, it will reveal the player's position to the Grunt immediately after he spawns, and the enemy over here will start charging in the direction of the player, which should be right here when he enters the script area. So that should be all that's gonna go on when we test the map. Now let's go ahead and save some things up, and let's go ahead and test it out and see what happens. I'll see you guys in our custom story. Alright guys, we are in our custom story now. Remember that I removed the script area here to unlock the key, to unlock this door here. So we're gonna have to open up our little closet and grab our key. Let's go ahead and use our key and unlock our door. So as you can see, we have the cabinets over here, the barrels are here, nothing misplaced here, and as you can see, the box landed perfectly fine on top of there. Remember, if you put it inside, things would just fly all over the place, so you gotta be careful with that. So the enemy is gonna spawn over there when I step into this area right here. So let's see if we can see that. As you can see, it's coming right at us. But like I was saying, he will run into the door here, into the wall here. He's gonna follow you directly where you are. So as you can see, he's just stuck there. So we're gonna use patrol nodes to fix that. Let's see if he comes over here and attacks the door. But he knows where I am, and he'll charge right at you. I can just stop this here. Well, that was today's episode. Pretty short episode in my opinion. Not much to do. The next episode is definitely not going to be a short one. There's a lot of things to talk about regarding patrol nodes. So we probably won't be doing no map editing next time. We'll probably be doing more patrol nodes than anything else, and talking about the correct way to use them. And there's a lot of ways to use patrol nodes. They're also called sometimes they're called path nodes. In the map editor, in the level editor, they're called path nodes, path node areas, while in the command to create a patrol node is called patrol node. So if I use them interchangeably, they're the same thing essentially. So don't get confused by that. Next episode probably will be usual length, maybe longer, but we'll see. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next episode. See ya.